class of problem to another. Getting stuck behind a rig like this on a narrow country road, certainly no laughing matter. But it's not the driver's fault, it's the tractors. In fact, they spend about 70% of their time doing this sort of transport work, only 30% doing the ploughing and the harrowing and so on. But the design is optimised for the ploughing bit, so they're physically restricted on the road to about 20 miles an hour. Chris Goffey's been driving the latest attempt at a solution.
There have already been several vehicles which combined on and off-field performance. The Trantor, developed in 1972, aimed to cross a Land Rover with a lightweight tractor. It had suspension on both axles, carried 3 people, and it sold 250 examples in 15 countries. The MB Track was developed in Germany in 1973. Equal-size wheels, 3-point linkage, a flexible chassis and a sprung front axle avoided crop damage, and it would do 20 miles an hour on the road. And the Unimog, one of the most adaptable workhorses in the business. A sophisticated transmission, high ground clearance and a vast range of possible attachments make it a popular, though expensive, maid-of-all-work. Well, this is it, the new British contender in that highly specialised market. It's the High Mobility Vehicle from JCB. At the front, a power takeoff unit for all the agricultural implements it's going to be called upon to push along. Massive front axle, 4-wheel drive, of course, coil suspended to give a very different ride from a high-powered 4-wheel drive tractor. Under the bonnet, massive 6-litre, 6-cylinder Perkins diesel engine, 117 brake horsepower in naturally aspirated form, or 140 brake horsepower if you go for the turbo. Centrally mounted steering wheel, so you can actually place this massive vehicle to the inch. An 18-speed gearbox, 6-speed synchromesh unit with 3 transfer gears. At the back, things have become very sophisticated. They've mounted the normal agricultural 3-point linkage and power takeoff on the back axle, and that's a new idea that avoids any interaction between the chassis frame and the axle when the vehicle's working. Now, you can have a load platform on the top here if you want that can take 2.5 tons. Obviously, you've got to suspend the back axle in a fairly sophisticated way, and they've chosen to use very high-pressure Citroën hydro pneumatics to do just that. Braking, very important as well on a vehicle like this. And again, JCB have gone for massive disc brakes all round with air assistance. If you drive a conventional tractor on a rough test track, you're in for a tooth-loosening experience. With no suspension, the vehicle crashes painfully along. At the same speed in the JCB, the ride is comparatively comfortable. The suspension soaks up the bumps with its long travel, and it's obviously much quieter. The machine itself is subjected to far less stress. The driver's extremely well looked after in the cab. You've got power windows either side, nice heating and air conditioning system up here. You've got a stereo radio cassette, and even got heated mirrors as an option. The most important thing about the HMV is its performance. Now, here we're in 5th gear, high range, in 2-wheel drive, although I can easily flick into 4-wheel drive if I want to at a touch of the button. And we're doing close to 40 miles an hour. What's more, we could have 18 tons on the back at that speed, and we could stop effectively. So why is speed so important to farmers? Well, it's the ability to work over your land as effectively as you could with a tractor, and then to hitch up a trailer full of produce and whisk it off to market at sensible road speeds. Time is money, as much to a farmer as to any other businessman. And of course, cross-country performance is truly spectacular. After some familiarisation, I found myself tackling awesome gradients and obstacles without turning a hair. JCB haven't announced prices yet. The machine will be launched at the Royal Show in the first week of July under the Fast Track banner. But they say it will be competitive with an equivalent conventional 140 brake horsepower tractor.